In last video, I was talking about the pattern like this one, but I was doing the single line version, no interlace. And today we'll just look at the interlace version and we'll try to make it as good as possible. So let's go back and let's see what we did and what we have to do now. First, we started with tessellation like this one. And in this tessellation, every part is created out of square and triangle. And you have this everywhere. And then we have two large triangles. How we got them? Just you remember when I was starting this talk, I said, okay, let's start with two tangent dodecagons. In fact, we created these 2 points, but dodecagons were the main goal at this time. So between them, there is always a triangle that you have to fill in some way. So let's undo the dodecagons and the empty triangles, and these triangles from the dodecagons, they form a large triangle that we will need we will have to fill in some way. Now, for the interlace version, this tessellation is not good enough. So what we have to do, we have to just make things like this. Okay, undo this. Okay, I don't wish to copy them again and again. Okay, and then double click on this line, transform, reflect. It should be like this. Now you can go down, you can make reflection of this large panel up or down. That's up to you. And then what we are just doing, just to save our time, display hide these objects, and now I can just select everything. I don't need to copy these lines again and again. Yes, and that's all. And then this is the mirror, new mirror. So transform, reflect. It looks like this. This is our complete tessellation. I have to make it slightly smaller so it will fill the screen. Okay, like this. And of course, this is what we will have to start when doing interlace pattern. I made this tessellation like this, so the outside of the main rectangle parts are removed, but this is essentially the same what you have here, only just what I did, I reflected it the other way. Yes, you see, here I have this big dodecagon in the middle, and if you reflect it, okay, I can do it just like this. Okay, so I can just scrub this part, hide these objects, and now transform, reflect. Okay, you can have it this way. That's it, doesn't really matter which way you will be doing. So hide these lines, and this is something that you have seen here. That's exactly this. Now, why I have to do it? Because when I am doing interlaced, I cannot have reflections. Patterns with interlace lines cannot be reflected. So I have to translate. I have to mark a vector like this from this point to this point, and then I have to translate everything again to the right and up. This way I can make a bigger pattern. That is really what you have to do always when you're doing interlace patterns. But now let's go further. So we will use one of these tessellations, this one or this one. That's really up to us. Now what else we did? We did a thing like this, and this was the thing that was filling the whole tessellation this way. So let's make it a new tool. I will call it temp 1. Okay, and then let's go back to any of these places and see how this tool works. Okay, it was just filling the space this way, and it was filling the space like this, and between them we had these big triangles, and we have to find a way to fix the triangles, but fix them as a one. We don't want to make separate pieces for each triangle, because what we really need, we need to simplify everything and create a design like this. Now let's remove all this. Okay, I don't need these lines. And now let's go here. So you saw how this thing was created. And for this project, I decided to make another color set. So we will use this color set for the new pattern. First, let's start exactly the same way like we did last time. So start with the square, then add to the square a triangle like this. Yes, and then what we did, we just took a line, and this line, what we did, we made this rotation point and transform, rotate 18 degrees, 15 degrees, okay, but with the minus in the, yeah, so we are rotating the other way. So look what we got. We got just a line passing through this segment. This means we even don't need rotation. So display, hide this line. Now let's make this. Now let's make edges for these polygons, because we will heavily use them. And like this, you can make these edges red if you want. I don't want to waste my time, so I select this segment and I ask to construct a perpendicular line. Okay, so this is what I got. And then what we did, we created two angle bisectors. We will need them today. So construct angle bisector like this, and these angle bisectors, let's make them dashed, because they are not lines of the pattern. Now let's make another one here, construct another angle bisector. So these will be our angle bisectors, and angle bisector is usually used for reflection. So double click on the first one, transform, reflect, perfectly fine. Now double click on this one, transform, reflect. You see what we got? We got objects that are just following this what we had here. And the point here, this is the main point of the whole construction. Now what we did with this point? We did this point this. We took these two lines, we constructed parallel lines like this, but we don't need dash them, so solid lines. So this was forming this part. And that is really all. Okay, now what I have to do, I have to think about interlace. When you talk about interlace, you may have wider interlace, smaller interlace. This is up to you. For example, you can have a belt that is large like this, from this point to this point. It will be too much. It will be covering everything. So I remove this point and I go different way. I say, take this point and then construct parallel lines this way. Okay. So these were still the main lines of the pattern, and these are the new lines that I created, and I will make them blue, color blue, so they will be okay. This will be good color for this, and of course the color can be seen if we remove the background, so this is fine. And now this is one side of the belt, so the other side comes here, transform, reflect. Then the same, transform, reflect. So perfectly fine, we got what we wanted. And then, so we have these lines. Then we have to take a double line about this. So what I will do, I will take these two lines, double click on this point, transform, rotate, but I will rotate 45 degrees. Well, put the minus here because no, I don't want to. 45 degrees. Okay, I got what I really wanted at the first stage. So I got these two lines. Yes. Then my next turn, like for the black line, was like this. Yes, take them, transform, reflect. Okay, perfectly fine. Now I wish to get the lines like this, the same way. Okay, so what I have to do? Okay, double click on this vertical line. This is another mirror. Transform, reflect. Yes, and then double click on the bisector. Transform, reflect. Okay, I got a lot of lines and I have to make something clean for the next stages. So File, Document Options, Add, Duplicate, page 18. Okay, and now at the moment we don't need black lines. The black lines were for the previous pattern and they were a guide for us for creating, so hide these lines. We don't need them anymore. Now we have to start drawing fat bells. Line like this. Line style medium. Then another one like this. Then another line like this. Up to this moment. And then from here, no, Control Z. This was too short. Yes, like this. And then like this. And then to this point. Now, internal part. I have to create a point here. But here I have this line that is disturbing. I don't want it. So display, hide it. And now I can draw the interlace lines, the internal part. Okay, this was mistake. You have to be careful when you just get going to the existing points. You can skip them. Okay, now I don't need this. So display hide bisectors. Do I need these lines? Yes, probably, yep. But how? First, look at this. Okay, doc, no, Control R. I have to just connect this belt with this belt. How I can do? I can do it this way. Okay, line style thin. And now I'm ready. So take a segment and start drawing from this point to this point. Display line style medium. Okay, I will just make it bigger so you can see what I did. So what I do, double click on this point, yes, and just make it bigger. So this part looks like this. This is the central part. And this is what I did. I just took this line and connected with this one. The same I have to do this way. Okay. And this will be essential thing for me and for all our works. Now we have to add breaks of belts because belts are ceramic, so they should be like this. And now we have to do a thing like this because here is the breaking point for this belt and this belt. But I don't like the way like I did. I need two separate parts. So that's the one, that's the other one, and the main one I can hide. Now, so I got what I wanted to get, and now I can scale it down just this way. So everything is fine. And now one more for the interlace. You see, this line is going over this line. Or let's say this belt is going over. So it is going over. Now it should go down like this. Now, what about the other part? It is going under and then it is going over, so I don't need anything else here. I don't want to cut this line, so display, hide these lines. I will not need this segment, hide this segment, and now we have to do a quick job. So get it like this. Yes, and make it this color, the other one. Okay, now you can reflect it on the other side. That is fine. What else we have to do? We have to make a line perpendicular to this one. We just need this point. So what we can do, we just make this part that is decoration of everything and make this part, let's say this color, display color, the other one. And then we can also make a color like this one and then put it yellow, display color, the other one. Yes. And then what I have to do, I have to make this decoration. So double click on this point, transform, rotate. How much? 30 degrees, absolutely enough. And then what I do this decoration. Again, I split it into parts. Yes, and now what about these parts? I can make them this way. Okay, now it's really up to us. So let's take this color and again transform, reflect. That is all. Okay, I think I did most of these works fine. Okay, I didn't copy these two polygons. Transform, reflect. Now I don't need these lines. Before going further, I will do a supplementary tool. I take these 2 points on the square, the bottom points, then I take this point and this point. Okay, I don't need anything else. And then I will call it temp 2. These are the points that I will need. Why I need them? Because you see, the square will be touching half of the rectangle. You see how it is square is touching half of the rectangle. So I will need these points. Now, let's make it quick. Yes, and also this display. Oh, hide these objects. Now, points, edit, select all points, display. I need these 2 points because, okay, points, edit, select all points, and then I unclick these 2 points. I say hide points, perfectly fine. Now, what I have to do, display line style thin. That's one thing. And then I can keep the lines like this, that's fine. So I have blue lines, no problem at all. Now selecting everything and make a new tool and let's call it temp 3. This is the new tool. Now go to the pattern, this one or this one, it really depends on us. Okay, this is less crowded. And let's see how this tool works. You see, it works quite nice. So I can make these things just like this. Now I have to make the big triangle. So let's make a new page, File, Document Options, Add Blank Page Only. And now go to my tools and then from my tools choose a triangle like this one. So I have a big triangle. I will remove the interior because I don't want to disturb ourselves. So interior is gone and then construct a midpoints. Okay. Now you remember what I did when I was developing this extra tool with the points, not this one, the tool with points, just like this. I needed a square. So what I have to do, I have to just rotate, oh, okay, rotate this point, transform, rotate 90 degrees but with the minus, okay, So this is enough for square. And now I have to apply this tool. So what I do with this tool, I just look like this. That is perfectly fine. I got what I really wanted. I don't need this point. Hide this point. And now double click, reflect. Yes, and I even can hide this one. Hide. Okay, so I have everything what was necessary to make the pattern for the big triangle. Now, for what we were using these points. You see, we took this point and we said transform, rotate, how much? 15 degrees. Okay, this was like this. And then double click, transform, reflect. This was the line like this. Then what we did, we took this line, we constructed parallel line for this, okay, and this was the main line, so we don't need this main line, okay, and okay, now I just need, okay, hide this one, split hide segment. Now let me to go back to this part. You see, we are here. We have this point and we have this point. It means we have everything to make the pattern for the triangle. Look at this. We have these 2 points, this one and the point that is somewhere here. Okay, I will mark it just like this. So we have this point. So we need to extend this line and this line. Okay, let's undo this what I did. And now let's go here. So this is where we are, and now we have to make our belt. Transform, reflect, okay, and then line parallel to this one, construct parallel line, okay, that is all. Okay, now take our colors, because we need colors and we can start developing everything very quickly. So polygon, first part is this. No, I should make it even bigger, just like this. And this is what? This is this color. Okay, so that's this color. Now I need proper segments, and then I need proper segment here. Okay, and then I can hide these lines. Okay, and I can return back with the polygon. Now you wish to fill this, you can do any way you want, okay, any color you prefer. So I will just use this color, the other one, it is like this. And now, just quick job, reflect, reflect, yes, and then transform, reflect. Now again, reflect. You don't need to reflect this point, but you need to reflect. You can also simplify our work. So transform, reflect. Okay, you see, we got this. And now what I have to do, I have to reflect these points. and then I have to reflect the segments. It will be not easy. Okay, I think I am missing a segment somewhere here. So transform, reflect. This is what I got. Now let's do the missing polygons because I think I missed some of them. If there is one, I will not replace it. So I have this. And now how our interlace was going. It was going this way. Okay, so we're going this way, and then we are going like this. So the triangle is ready. Okay, do we like this color? I don't like it. So display color other, and let's make it bluish like this. Okay, and something close to, okay, this is nice blue color. Now hide all these lines. Okay, that is fine. Now points, edit. Oh no, before going farther, I have to just add connectors because this must be a ceramic belt. Okay, so now points, edit, select all points. I need only these 2 points. Display hide points. Are we okay with this? If we are, then we can select everything, go to tools and call it temp 4. Okay, so we have temp 4, this one, and temp 2, not this one, temp, not this one. Okay, so this was temp 3. Okay, so what we have here looks like this. The colors are different, but this is not really a problem. Okay, now let's start filling this. So file, document, options, add, duplicate. This is the page 14. Duplicate it and put it to the end. And now we can start using temp 3 just to fill the rest. Yes. Yes, and then what else I need? Okay, I need this and I need this part. Now, if I wish to fill the edges, I need these 2 points, transform, reflect, and then do like this, and then do like this. That's fine. And the same here, what I will do, double click these 2 points, transform, reflect, and then let's fill it this way, and let's fill it this way. So I have the tool 1 filling everything. Now let's take the temp 3 and see how good job we did. Okay, we did bad job. Why? Because the line here should not be like this. So Ctrl Z, go back. Okay, now Ctrl Z, and then let's fix these lines. Remove it and put it the other way. Put it the other way. Put it the other way. And now what you do, you don't need this segment, okay? And you don't need this segment. Yes. And now again, edit, select all points, just remove display, hide points, and now make it this way, and create a new tool. This is temp 5. Okay, now we can go back to our main pattern. Does it look okay now? Let's check. Perfectly fine. So we corrected our mistake, and you have to be sure that everything is fine. If it's not, you have to go back, fix your mistakes, and this is the reason why I need so many pages. Now, File, Document Options, Add, Duplicate, page 21. Okay, and now I have to remove everything what is outside of margins. Display, hide objects. This is fine. Now this part, displayed hide objects, that's okay. I missed these small segments. And then move it up just this way. Display height, and then up. We don't need all this hide objects. So I got what I needed, and now hide segments. Fine, I don't have the edges, but I need to make them again. Display color black. Just for the moment, let's keep it like this. And then what I can do. First, I have to decide what colors I have, because for the polygons, I have this nice blue color, but they will be disappearing. So edit, select all segments, display, color, make it black for the moment. Later we can change it. And now our colors, the color palette. Color palette is like this, and I will make everything this dark, like this, like this. Okay, don't be scared because everything is still fine. So now select this one, right mouse click, send it to the back. Okay, if you like it, you can keep it like this. Show points, edit, select all points, display, hide points. Things are fine. If you don't like, just choose the black thing and make it like this. Display, color, the other one, it can be like this. You may have a pattern this way, so there's no problem with this. Now document options, add, duplicate the last page, and now let's go with this thing. Now I just want to hide everything. Here we had a point, and we had also a point here. So what I do, I just, oh, okay, fine. I don't need this thing. I need to make it smaller. And now, how to make a big pattern out of this? First thing is that select one point, another point. Look, left side, right side are the same. Transform, mark vector, and then what I do, I just go to the very left one, and then transform, translate. Okay, now don't worry about this, send it to back. Okay, now I don't need this line, so hide segment, and again the same, just select these 2 points, transform, mark vector, and now select everything. Okay, you don't need to select these 2 lines on the top. Transform, translate. This is what I got. Again, the same trick. Send to the back, right mouse button, click, send to the back. Now, you don't need this. Display, hide segments, and now points, edit, select all points, display, hide points. And this is all at the moment. I'm finishing my time on Zoom, so I have to lock everything, save everything, and then see you next time. So first thing, stop recording. Then next thing,